What up, guys? Right, finally I'm actually allowed out and I can do stuff again. See people and jam with friends, etc, etc. Okay, I know there are still some restrictions in place, but at this point, fuck the restrictions, you know? We're coming out of lockdown. It's been like a year now, and I need to get vlogging and I need to get out doing stuff. So I've been chasing the results now, because I've had a lot of tests done, as I've mentioned in previous videos, with my stomach and stuff. I went and saw an osteopath today. He clicked my neck. I spoke to him about the vagus nerve, which is a huge central nerve in your brain that's connected to your stomach. So they say your stomach is like your second brain. So this vagus nerve links your stomach to your brain. And this nerve, basically in short, this nerve is very linked with anxiety, your stomach issues. It's why you feel sick when you're scared or having an anxiety panic attack. And you can get your vagus nerve realigned, and which can help with your anxiety. It can help with your stomach. For those of you who are experiencing stomach issues and can't get to the bottom of it, it might be because you have a vagus nerve problem. So it's worth going to see a chiropractor like I did. And I have to admit, it really did help. In the last week or two, I've been eating well. Now, I tend to have a good few days. I tend to have like a day or two, maybe even 3 days, where it's really good. Then after that, I just drop again. And something happens and I become incredibly unwell, and then I'm unwell for flipping ages, and then you listen to more of my depressing videos about me not giving much good news or updates. However, consistently now, for the last couple of weeks, since I attempted my endoscopy, even, I'll say just before my endoscopy, I started to have some good days, and I thought, oh, here we go, yeah, just a few good days, and then it'll be bad again, probably. But I stayed positive, you know. I've been really working hard on my mindset and meditation and all of that stuff, and it's been working slowly, but it is a slow progress, you know. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't meditate for a week and then your life is just amazing and you've got this positive mindset. It takes many, many months of practice and stuff like that. So I think it's starting to pay off, because as I was about to say, last couple of weeks my eating has been consistently very good, and I've put on 4 kilos, which is great. I may even look a little bit healthier than I did in previous videos from a couple of weeks ago, literally. This has obviously made me feel even more mentally positive, and now it's causing that chain reaction of constant positivity. And I've been recording in the studio now that my studios are more open, back in there doing my EP or mini album. Even talking about my new job, talking to my new boss about my new job and stuff. I attempted henna, and as you can see, I completely messed it up. It's smudged everywhere. That's what happens when me and my girlfriend get silly with temporary tattooing. Thank God it was not permanent. So yeah, I recommend you guys seeing an osteopath, getting your vagus nerve realigned. They'll click your neck, because that's where like some bullseye points for it are. Like acupuncture pressure points for the vagus nerve is. It's your ears and back of your neck. So they'll do all sorts of like cool little stretches and exercises, and then they'll break your neck. I'm joking. They'll just click it and obviously realign. And as you can see, my beard is looking pretty scrumptious. Yeah, I've been growing this out. Been talking to my brother about it, because he's got like this huge Viking beard now, because he's been growing it out. But you know, he's looking more like a Viking. I'm looking more and more like Jesus every day. I would definitely say that eating is the most hardest thing about this anxiety, about emetophobia, because you just feel ill and rough all the time anyway. So you don't want to eat, and plus you're scared about eating because you're worried it'll make you ill, or safe foods. There's just so many. The list goes on to reasons why people with emetophobia don't eat very well and develop eating disorders from it. What's been helping me stay positive in the last couple of weeks is there is a guy I used to follow called Pee Wee Toms. He vlogged on YouTube his whole experience of cancer and dying of that, and eventually he did die. It was sad. I think again I've mentioned this in previous videos. And I look at him and how he was being sick every day, like all the time. And he didn't have emetophobia, but man, he was suffering like bad. He was dying. And he stayed positive in every video. In every video he was smiling. Every day he got out to do something with his girlfriend. He would go out, and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I'm having a shit time over here with my anxiety, but bloody hell, if he can stay positive throughout all of that, then I can stay positive throughout everything I'm going through with my emetophobia. because I don't like to treat anxiety, and everyone suffers differently. No one's having a good time, no matter what they're suffering with. So I don't like to make it sound like it's a competition or anything with others. But I think I will gladly admit, what I'm going through pales in comparison to what Pee Wee Thomas went through. He had cancer, he was dying, and he was being sick every day. I'm not being sick every day. I am not dying. I'm not terminally ill. I may have physical issues wrong with me, but I can work through them. As I can work through my anxieties and anything that's mental, it can be fixed. And if that guy can stay as positive as he did, despite dying in the end, then I can do it. Well, I can beat this. This is nothing. In comparison, I can do it. And if I'm sick, then I'm sick. But at least I get to wake up every day knowing that I could live a full life if I beat this, and a happy life, because I've got lots of friends, I've got my music and stuff, and got my sharp beard. So that's how I've been staying positive as well, knowing that, basically being grateful for what I do have, and knowing and being very aware of, what I can achieve, and knowing that I can go through this, and that no matter what, I'm safe. Nothing can truly harm me. I'm in a much better situation than a lot of people out there. As I said, some people are terminally ill. Another thing is to stay positive. I've been doing is, again, back to my old roots of when I first went through this and put on weight. You've got to analyze the small victories, man. You've got to take them in. Even if, let's say, you struggle to eat, and you eat even the smallest portion of food for lunch, and had a small portion for breakfast and a small portion for dinner, at least you had 3 meals a day. Even if it was even if it was only 200 calories, at least you ate something. At least you're trying to put in an effort. Don't look. Oh, sorry, messed up the edit there. But yeah, don't look at it and be like, oh no, then I barely ate anything, and look at it negatively. At least you ate something. Some people in the world, remember, they go a whole day without eating because their anxiety is that bad. And for those of you who, if that is you, who's going all day without eating something, eat some fruit. Just try and eat some fruit. They're safe, they're low in calories. At least it's something, and you're getting some sugars, and look at that as a victory. And then eventually it will get to a point that you can achieve anything, but only when tempered by this, your brain, your mind, by the self-control and discipline of making sure you can work through it and stick to eating healthy and stick to a good sleep hygiene and stick to trying to do a bit of meditation just once a day, whether that be even a walk or just sitting in silence listening to music or sitting in silence completely or buying my album. I'm joking. Don't meditate to my album. If anything, it'll make you more stressed. Look at my cheeks, they're becoming less bony. It's awesome. So my weight target for next week is to be 68. I'm hoping by Thursday of next week I'll be 68 kilos. And I want to put 2 kilos on a week. So then by the time it gets to May, I'm, in the mid to late, yeah, I'm in like the mid to late 70 kilo range, which is like really healthy. But I won't need to lose any more weight. I could gain it like a smidge more, but like I won't look scrawny and gaunt anymore. I still look, I'm looking better, but I'm still, if I turn an angle, you can see the lighting, my cheeks dip a little bit. That shouldn't be there. It should be podgy. So that's the message of the day, guys. Stay positive. Remember that you are in a fortunate position. It may not seem like it, but there's always something positive about your life that you can grow from, and it can be you can use it as a foundation of positivity that you can then build upon, and just remember all the small victories and the self-discipline to do the things that you can do. We can all try and control our sleep better, and all try and eat a little bit healthier. So concentrate on the things that you can do now, and then work towards the things you can't do, like eating more regularly, meditating, trying to see things more. And it takes time. These things take time. If you don't acknowledge the small victories and try to take big leaps and have high expectations of yourself, you're gonna crumble more easily, because you don't want to set the bar too high to the point you can't reach it, and then it just breaks you. Anyway, talk about sleep hygiene. I'm gonna go to bed. Love you guys.